In this video, I'm going to show you how to add the sky. It's a gradient. You have seen it before. You did it for your windows. But just in case, I want to go over it again. That way you can add it. It's real simple to add the sky. So let's go back to layers. Now I'm going to turn off the floor plan layers and make sure they're locked. And I'm going to turn on the elevation layers. Okay, up to here. Not floor plan. There we go. Disregard this. This you're going to do at the end, and I'm going to go do another video just for that also. And also disregard, actually type this one. Okay. So this is your matter of fact, let me get rid of sky. That way we can do it again. There you go. All right. So we have we need to add the sky. Right now you added, and also we need to add the people, and I'll show you that also. You have your elevation, you have your shadows, okay, so it looks a little more realistic. Now what we're going to do is set the sky, okay. So for the sky we need to add a layer, and that layer has to be again in the back, right? We want the sky to be in the back of the building. So the farthest layer from us on the elevation, it's dark stucco in my case. Okay, that's the farthest because the following is floor plan. So I'm working with this layers here for the elevation. So I'm going to create a new layer, and that layer has to be right underneath, in my case, dark stucco. In your case, whichever is the layer farthest from you, which will be the one lower or under the elevation layers that you have. I'm going to call it sky. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to do a shape. Okay. We're going to do a shape. So let's go and grab a rectangle. And I'm going to go all the way from the top to the bottom of my building. Now in your case, mine looks a little bit bigger because I already have added or changed the artboard, which I'm going to go over with you in a bit. So just, pull it all the way towards the bottom, maybe up to there. And again, this box that we just added is behind all this, so you won't see those lines. So if you put it just a little bit above, you should be fine. Don't put it under, because then you might see a color there, and we don't want that. Okay, so we add our shape, which is a rectangle. Now to that shape, okay, right now it's white. In my case, it's white with no stroke. I don't want it white. I want the gradient. So I'm going to click right here on gradient. When that happens, the gradient, it's added to that shape. And when you do that, automatically the gradient box opens in which you can do some changes. As you can see here, it goes from white to black. So you can see the preview right here. And we have linear. Okay, you have radio and linear. Of course, we don't want radio, we want linear. And then we have the slider here. This color represents white, which is white right on the left, and then this one is black. These colors can be changed. As a matter of fact, we're going to change them. All right, so this is a color, and you can add more colors if you want to. Look, if I click on that and I added that color in the middle, it adds it. So you can add more colors if you need to. In this case, I don't. I want for it to go from white to blue. So whenever this happens and you have more colors in your gradient, it's real easy to get rid of them. Just click on it and drag them out. Click and drag them out, and then disappear. So we have our gradient. Now, first thing I want to do, I don't want for it to go left to right. I want for it to go from the bottom up. So here is where you have the angle. So I'm going to click on the angle, and I'm going to put 90 degrees. Okay, so it's going from down up. Okay, white to black. So now it's going on the right direction, but the color it shouldn't be black, it should be blue. So what I'm going to do here, white, I'm going to leave it at white, and then I'm going to double click on this icon right here for the black, and I'm going to change that color. And when you open it, it just shows you black, right? But there's a box right here that's called swatches. If you click on that, it gives you the swatches for the color palette that we're using. In our case, we're using CMYK. Okay, so these are the colors for CMYK. These are um, the palette for that, the swatches. So I'm just gonna select the color. Kind of, I mean, for me, it's hard for me to be very precise with colors. I'm a little bit colorblind, so I think that's bluish. If that is not the blue that you want, then you can come now to and mix the colors, and you have CMYK here, and I maybe can start making some changes, maybe a little more magenta or less magenta or whatever you want to do with it. You can create the color that you want. Okay, you're mixing colors basically. So um, let's say I like that one, right? So you select it, and there it is. Click back, and that's the color that I have. Now let's say this is a range. So if I pull this one in, notice that I see more white and less blue. And basically what you see here is what's being added to your box. So if, in other words, if I bring the blue down, now see how right now in between these two icons, it's where it's blending. So the blending is happening right here, and then it's solid color, solid color. So it matters, it does matter where you have this placed. So if you want to see a longer transition, then you space out these two icons. If you want the transition to be a little bit closer, then you bring it in. Okay, so let's say about that. And then this right here, this slider also shows in the in-between of those colors, if you want to, it blends the colors in between the icons here. So if I pull this one back closer to the white, you can see right here. So it's a little bit of white right there, and then it starts doing the blue. So this one also play around with it and set it wherever you think looks good. Okay, I'm gonna set it there, and then just click outside, and I'm gonna just close that. There you go. So we have our sky. Okay, so that's how you add your sky to your rendering. And if you don't like it, just come back, double click it. Actually, no, don't double click it. Click it and go back to gradient, and then you can keep on doing changes to it. All right. So that's how this video on how to add your gradient or your sky. Next video is we're gonna do how the steps of on how to add those characters there, the people.